Hello and welcome to Ultimate Admiral Dreadnought's Empire of Japan playthrough episode 3. Last episode, we went to war with China, and in this episode we are probably going to die. Or at least, poor Yashima, Mogami, Komahashi, and Manazuru are probably going to die. Because the entire Chinese fleet is on their doorstep. That is not a joke. It is the entire Chinese fleet. And it says they're going to be moving to Wei Highway, but I'm not sure if I trust that. If they are, then that gives me time to mass my whole fleet together. But if they aren't, I'm going to move my ships to Nampo to hopefully stave off the Chinese fleet if they do attack, or at least trap them in if they attack. So I've got 2 torpedo boats in Matsuyama, Ataka and Sokuten. I've got 1 in Maizuru, the Kozakura. Let's see, nothing in Yokosuka. I've got the Fuji, Maya, Hato, Itsukushima, and Okinawa in Tokyo. Move them to Nampo. If there's one thing that I can trust, is that my ships are probably far greater quality than the Chinese ships are. I don't have quantity on my side, unlike them, but I probably have quality on my side. Because AI ships are generally, they're better with these mods, but generally their ships are not as high quality, especially in this era. Alright, we are going to... But the Chinese, they're not building any ships. So if we manage to deal a blow to their fleet, it would take them a while to rebuild. And we'd have free reign over the East Asian Sea, like Southeast Asia, Philippine Sea, Yellow Sea, Sea of Japan. We'd have free reign. And that would be golden. Alright, let's get to next turn and see what happens. Battle. Yep, there's a battle. I'm only hoping some of my ships got there in time to help. This is going to be a war for the existence of the Empire itself. Fast torpedo propulsion, that's not going to help me now. Anti-submarine early theory 2, not going to help me now. We lost 3 transports, they lost 3. Relatively even. Oh, that helps. Chinese are invading Northeast Korea. Oh, it's not the whole fleet. Yeah, we're probably going to lose. Probably going to lose Northeast Korea. That's... Honestly, we're probably going to lose Korea entirely. But it'll be fine. I'm gonna jack this up to full. And we're going to do this battle. The Izumi versus the Xingtai. A Taizing class light cruiser. 17 knot speed. 0.2 to 4.7 inch armor. Negative 5% quality. Green crew training. Ours are also green. They've got standard bulkheads. We've got maximum. We have 12 4-inch guns and 4 2-inch guns for torpedo tubes. They have 1 7.2-inch gun, 5 6.1s. They have the heavier battery, but I've got the quicker, roughly better armored ship. At least I'd say my armor's probably more evenly distributed than theirs is. They've probably got 4.7 inches on the guns and practically nothing on the hull. That's my prediction. I might be wrong. Alright. Izumi, don't let me down. If you're starting to lose, If I'm starting to lose this fight, I'll use my ship's superior speed to run away. Okay. Oh, it's stormy, isn't it? Oh, no, it isn't. Southwest. There's the light cruiser. We are out of range. That's another problem. The 4-inch guns don't have that much range. Aggressively fire. We've upped our smoke, they've upped theirs. They're using the ironclad light cruiser hull. I'm hoping we can get a torpedo off or two before... Yeah. That explains why they've got better armaments. Ooh. We got the first hit, but... Use arm... Oh, crap. That's not good. Yeah, Izumi's probably doomed. Unless this torpedo hits. Come on, torpedo. Aha! That's good. Izumi actually draws blood, but is probably going to lose this battle. Unless we pump out some of this flooding, which probably isn't going to happen. Yeah. And the Xingtai, of course, is pumping out the flooding. That torpedo basically did nothing. Oh, we're pumping out some of the flooding, thankfully. We're presenting a narrower profile than they are. Oh, we destroyed a main gun. Damaged another. Partial pens. Oh, come on, Izumi. Knots of speed total. I think roughly the same as the Xingtai. But they can still close on us because we are not going that fast. Ricochet. I wish I'd gotten to refit my ships before war kicked off. Actually, wait a second. I want to examine the Xingtai. Let's see. Oh, there's the main gun I destroyed. Oh, I was partially correct. The 3.9 inches on the main belt, but basically nothing on fore and aft. And I was correct. The height of their armor is on the turrets. That's usually where they put the armor, on the turrets, when it comes to the AI. Not the hull, not the deck. Oh, that's a pen. Probably gonna lose the Xingtai. I mean, not the Xingtai, the Izumi. Oh, that's a flooding hit. Didn't expect to actually get one of those. The thing is, we can fire faster than the Xingtai can, which means we have more opportunities to hit them. But they have a heavier shell than we do, which means they don't have to hit us as many times. I might bump it down from aggressive. We have a lot of shells, but we're losing in accuracy. Pump out the flooding. We cannot outrun the Xingtai right now, which has already pumped out whatever flooding we were able to give it, of course. Oh, there's fire. Fire's good. I don't think we can rely on HE against this. No, I don't think we can. So we're gonna have to rely on AP. Maybe flood this thing out. Because for some reason, the AI is really good at bailing themselves out. Like, exceedingly stubborn. Got a 9.5% chance of hitting. Of course. They've lost rudder. If we turned away, they wouldn't be able to follow us well. But we're also at their mercy because we can't move fast, especially while turning. Let's take a look at their turning radius. 231 meters. 884 meters. What the heck? Destroyed secondary tower, of course. Penetrating hit. You know what? I'm just gonna set it to auto to see what happens. That's not bad. Running out of ammo for 2-inch guns. Oh, Lord. Yep, of course. Maybe we can get another one, and they're gonna torpedo us. Great. Yep, theirs isn't a dud. They hit us with 2. That's fantastic. Yep, we've lost the Izumi. That's great. Oh, they're just gonna sit there. Yep. Well, that is a terrible start. I think our best shot at winning this war is to get to Formosa and Penghu and take it for ourselves. I think we've got the tonnage to at least take Penghu. So let's book it down there, and maybe we can win this. Because if not, then we're doomed, I think. But I'm sure there's also probably a way I could have played that. But actually, you know what? I didn't even have to fight that. I just did. I could have just ignored that fight. That was my fault. Strike. I know it leaves, like, the Korean Peninsula undefended, but I don't oh, that's that strike. Of course they moved they were waiting for me to move my fleet, of course. Great. And we don't get to strike, because of course we don't. Let's see if I can get naval invasion of Penghu. Oh, that's weird. Alright, let's get a naval invasion going. Because they'll have to bring their fleet down if they want to stop the naval invasion. And there's the fleet, just zooms on down. course, now we're not going to be able to do this because, of course, their entire fleet is just sitting there. Probably going to engage us next turn. We are less than a fourth of their size. This might be a very short series, y'all. Did the Chinese fleet leave? Nope, still there. Just gonna sit there. I wish there was a way to actually engage. Like, you get to choose. But it doesn't seem like there is. They're meeting. Yep. This is probably not going to end well, but I've got to try at least. I've got to try. The entire Chinese fleet versus my entire fleet. Of course, down one light cruiser. Okay, my torpedo boats are gonna have to put in some work. Here's hoping my torpedo boats can actually, like, get in close enough to do their work. And that the torpedoes aren't duds. That would also be nice. But I have a feeling this won't end very well for me. 2 battleships versus 4 battleships. 2 heavy cruisers versus 9. 1 light cruiser versus 15. And 13 torpedo boats. They have a tonnage advantage, but put the heavy cruisers behind the battleships. I'll split these into squads of 3, except for this squad. Normal. Hold fire. Hold fire. And hold fire. Alright. Kitakami's gonna be on, like... Actually, I don't even know what the Kitakami can do in this fight. There's no torpedo boats for it to take on, which it was specifically made to do. At least... Actually, let me take a look at these heavy cruisers. The Jiangsus, armed with 10-inch guns, only 16 knots of speed, 4,100 tons. These aren't great ships. This group will split off and go after those light cruisers, I think. Meanwhile, the rest of the torpedo boats will go in on the enemy fleet. take a look at those battleships as well. 10-inch guns, inferior hold, 15 knot speed. Our battleships are superior. Alright. These torpedo boats will smoke up. I'll just let them loose with the torpedoes. I don't expect them to survive. Smoke up, smoke up, smoke up. Go this way. Go that way. And go this way. We'll maintain fire on the battleships. Kitakami, I don't know what you're going to do. Why did you switch fire? Oh my, I hate... Where did the battleship go? Ugh. See if I can manage this. Ah, crap. As long as Suma gets its torpedo, as long as the torpedo boats get their torpedoes off and actually land hits, it would be nice. It would be very nice. I'm probably going to lose all my torpedo boats here, but these were made to be cheap. Kitakami's probably gonna die, but there's not really much I can do here. There's Tommy. You know what? Kozakura, do it. Of course, that light cruiser is going to steer right into the Fuji. And again, that's probably on me, ship at least. Our heavy cruisers are getting destroyed slowly. Okay, so I'll detach the heavy cruisers to go on their own. The battleships, heavy cruisers will go after these light cruisers. If I can sink some of their capital ships, it won't matter that I lost the torpedo boats, because I'd still probably win off of the fact that, well, capital ships are more valuable than torpedo boats. There goes one of their heavy cruisers. It should go. How is it? Are you kidding me? Literally. It was less than 1% away from flooding it. There goes one of our heavy cruisers. Of course, it is completely pumping out basically everything, because this is the AI. And they just survive. Heavy cruisers being bared down on by the bulk of the enemy fleet. Probably not going to survive. escape and the maneuverability at this point. Know what, Maya? Take on the battleships. You can do it. Rip and rest. That's probably a fatal hit. I do have torpedo boats left, but they're really too far away to do any help in it. Honestly, I'm just not very good at this game. Mainly, I'm not very good at combat in this game. I'm sure someone more skilled probably could have done better in this fight, but I am not very skilled. I mean, I'm impressed that my battleships have held up pretty well under the fire, but there's just simply too much. I'm not sure, even if I was more skilled, that there would have been any winning this. I shouldn't have even gone to war in the first place. I should have just taken it out and waited. If I do another campaign, maybe that's what I will do. After this fight, I'll take it and try to continue the campaign, but yeah, this has been pretty disastrous. Probably gonna take major concessions from me. Disastrous. Utterly, completely disastrous. Yeah. It's gonna be an unfavorable peace treaty, but I ain't got much choice at this point. I'm down to 4 torpedo boats, which are probably all damaged. Send them to Naha. It's the closest port. Abandon the naval invasion. Oh, my unrest, my naval prestige, it's all gone. Oh. My naval funds are probably going to be all gone as well. I should have just denied them the war. Oh, the war continues. Great. That's just great. Just fantastic. Probably because they've got invasions ongoing. Oh, great. That's just great. That's pretty nice, at least. Oh. If I can survive this, that would be hilarious. They're probably gonna take Northeast Korea. Oh, great. That's great. They're probably gonna take the entire Korean peninsula before they offer a peace treaty. Yep, they're gonna just take the whole Korean peninsula before they offer any peace treaty. Even though I agreed to the one they offered, but that didn't go through, I guess. Maybe I can build a new design. Something I can at least start on rebuilding my fleet. Even if this series ends, I'm not going to be building an Ironclad 2. The Shikishima class. 18 knots. Of course, still no anti-flood. Coincidence 1 rangefinder. I don't know if that would have helped the battle, but I don't think it would have. Stick with 12-inch guns for now. Marbat 1. Standard. No, standard. Advanced. Gun cotton. White powder. Guns, 4-inch guns. Let's see, I've got an armor quality of 53% now. So let's... Yeah. 12 inches. Let's see here. 4 inches. 1 inch. 0.5. 0.5. And 0.2. 18. 14. 2. 4. 4. 1. 1. That's a pretty decently armored ship. Maybe I can up armor the belt. Conning tower. Yeah. It's not bad. Not bad at all. Up the range, maybe? A little bit. Or do I want to keep it minimum range and armor it more? More armor. That's pretty nice. 14 main, 6 fore and aft. That's not bad. That's essentially, let's see, 14 plus, well, 53% be roughly 7. So that's roughly 21 inches of protection. Probably still up the range a little. If I shave off 1 ton, there we go. Ups the range a little. Shikishima class. They're gonna be more expensive than the Fujis, but they're just gonna be overall more capable. be small. 7,000. Yeah. Negative 14. Yeah, 7,000 ton Miyokos. 18 knot. Maximum bulkheads. Oh yeah. There we go. I think I forgot to do the engines on the Shikishimas actually. Probably go back and redesign them briefly. Yeah. 9-inch guns. Soft gun cotton, white powder, enhanced reloading, since 1 rangefinder. Yeah. 10, 10, 1. 8.5, that's fine. C, 6, 3, 3, 6, 3, 1, 0.5, 0.5, 3, 3, 1, 1. Still have roughly 1,000 tons to put on this thing. Four. These are just, in general, going to be much better armored than the Mayas were. I'll get this up to 10. I can get 10-inch main belt. These things are beasts. 5-inch fore and aft. Yeah, these things can basically protect against their own guns at point-blank range on the main belt. But that's probably why. I'll lower this back down to 10, 4, 0.1. There we go. That's the Miyokos. Emergency design session. Oh lord. Light Cruiser 2. These are not great hulls. Terrible floatability and resistance. You know what? Belted 3-mast cruiser actually might be a good idea. The new Kitakamis. How ironic. I had a class named Kitakami. Now I have a... Or I had a ship named Kitakami, now I have a whole class that'll be named it. Valiant Kitakami. Enhanced or minimal? Enhanced. Smaller, weighs more, costs more, but it'll be fine. Tower. It's 1. I want 6-inch guns on this monstrosity. Yeah, 6 is not gonna work on this. Oh lord, is it not gonna work? But I really do want to put 6-inch guns on this thing. 6-inch, 4.5, 4 inches. That's not good. Already overweight. Okay, you know what? Scratch that. I'm not gonna make any new light cruiser designs or new torpedo boat designs for now. Instead, I'm going to give the Izumi design an upgrade. Just copy it, name it Kitakami. I guess I will. Actually, no, Noshiro works. Whoa. I can't upgrade the design by copying it. Okay, that's crap, but whatever. Okay. Don't need new light cruisers or anything. Actually, no, I definitely do need a new light cruiser. Because the old ones are just bad. Let's go with the light cruiser 2 hull, I guess. Beam minimum, draft minimum, standard quarters, 22 knot speed, 4,000 tons, minimum range, maximum bulkheads. Nickel steel, Citadel 1, front tower 1, rear tower 2, enhanced funnels. That's over half the weight gone already. It's fine. That's good. All around 6-inch gun armament. No, not heavy shells. Too much of a risk. Let's see here. These are just better than the Izumis are. Better armament, better armor. The same speed. The speed on the Izumis was fine. But these are just better all around, in my opinion. Oh wait, casemate guns. I'll give them 3 inches. There we go. Yeah. See if I'm gonna put some more range on them. I can. Alright. The Otowas. And the Sokotens are fine, as they are. Alright. Time to get to work on a crash-built fleet. Let's see, I have 6 million monthly balance to work with and 130 million in naval funds. Build one Shikishima takes up most of the budget. I'm gonna build as many light cruisers as I can. That's 4 of them. It'll take 10 months. Still got 1 million left, so I can build some more torpedo boats. Ship is overweight. Okay. Alright. Why is it overweight? Alright, alright. I'm gonna do something very quick. To 16 torpedoes. Since 1 rangefinder. Oh. Okay, those are just not gonna work, I guess. Don't know why it says 2-inch. There we go. Just needed to update. Soft cap. I'm gonna go with nose fuse, actually. I like the fire chance on them and the damage they do. Can I push the speed up a little? Maybe 26. No, not 26, but 25 is fine. Maximum range. I get some more. Make it more survivable. Save the design. And then copy it. And there we've got the Manazuru class. Voila. Easy fix. Let's see. How much do I have? I have 1,207,000. 6. I can build roughly 6 of them, and it'll be fine. 4 light cruisers, 6 torpedo boats under construction. Okay. Alright. Unrest has gone down to 0. How did that happen? Weird. Alright, I'm going to go down to the next turn, and I might end the episode here. I've been filming for an hour. Actually, I'll end the episode when I get this war to end. Which will hopefully be soon, because I can't afford to keep going. Yep. Okay. I can't even urge them to get a peace treaty. Are you kidding me? I'm not going to be able to because they keep just invading and invading and invading and invading and invading. And the unrest has gone down to 0 again. How? Why does it keep going down to 0? I don't know how that's happening. Oh, there's peace. Major defeat. Lasted 1 year. No provinces, just stole, basically bankrupted us. Alright, can put this down to cancel this. Put this down to 0. Put this down to 0. It'll take a few months to get back in the green, but yeah. Okay, we've got naval funds in the green once more. I can start putting things back into... That war was a disaster. I need to not get into any more wars for a while. Maybe I can design some more. I can build some more ships, not design more ships. Get rid of the Fuji, Mogami, Izumi, and Sokutens. Can I build... I can build a Shikishima, but I think I'm going to build a few Miyokos. 2 of them for now. Yeah. That was bad. But one day I'll have my revenge. One day. We survived it. We're beaten and bruised, but we survived the war. It set us back. The Portuguese are currently being crushed by debt, so at least we're doing better than they are. Though they've got more provinces and ports than we do. Let's look on the bright side right now. We're still average on technology. Our naval prestige is down, but our unrest is at 0. We've still got a growing GDP. We're rebuilding our fleet. We have a lot of people who are negative with us. We need to start fixing that right away, because I cannot sustain another war. I think if I could have gotten them to divide their fleet, which their fleet was just traveling around in a big death ball of the entire fleet. If I could have gotten their fleet into smaller pieces, I might have stood a better chance. But they weren't going to do that, I don't think. So while this episode is ending on a bit of a somber note, we'll recover from this, and we'll keep going. And with that, I am the Shipyard, signing off. I'll see you next time.